Hi everyone, it's Jenny. I'm a certified personal trainer here to show you a neck and shoulder stretch. All you need today is a mat and a space to stretch in, as well as a foam roll or something to elevate your hands in a child's pose, so lying on the ground. And before we get started, if you please would hit that subscribe button down below so you'll never miss a workout or a stretch with me. And like this stretch if you crushed it today. And let's begin with some backwards neck rolls here in 2, 1, here we go. This is a great stretch to do to decompress after a long day. I know a lot of the times if you work at a desk, your neck and shoulders get pretty tight and tense. Maybe you hold a lot of stress there. So it's a great way to decompress after a long day. Just to loosen up those joints, get some blood flow to the area to help reduce soreness. And go ahead and give me a forward neck roll. So we went backwards, now we're gonna go forwards. Nice job. If you feel a little bit more tension on one side, feel free to hold a position for a couple more seconds than you normally would. And then continue to roll out. Next, we got shoulder rolls, backward here. Really elevate, bring them back, decompress them, push them down, and back, forward, up, back, down. Really emphasize the circle as wide as you can here. And don't forget to breathe. I know I'm trying to increase my shoulder flexibility as well. I've always had a little bit more stiffness in my shoulders. So this is really gonna help get more range of motion as well. And go ahead and round them forward with me in forward circles. There we go. Feel free to close your eyes while you do this. Meditate while you do this. Go to your own happy place, so to speak. This is your time to decompress and unwind. There we go. We've got 13 different stretches or ranges of motion, mobility movements today. Go ahead and cross one arm over your body, thumb face up, and pull with the opposite arm. Get in the front of your shoulders. And if you've stretched with me before, you know that I'm an advocate for stretching. I absolutely love stretching, but I do want to improve my flexibility. I don't stretch as much as I want to. So if that's one of your goals, please leave me a comment down below so we can kind of interact and help keep each other accountable for stretching. It is going to help reduce, go ahead and switch arms, your soreness, and have a greater range of motion. So being able to perform movements in everyday life is going to feel that much easier for you if you have a greater range of motion and increased flexibility. It also helps to reduce your soreness, reduce your risk of injury. So if you are prone to injury, it increases your risk if your muscles are a little bit tighter. It causes unwanted tension on certain ligaments and tendons. So by stretching, you're helping decrease that risk factor that much more. So if that doesn't help you get into stretching a little bit more than you're used to, then please just try it out. It only takes about 15 minutes out of your day to stretch. Go ahead and bend that arm and pull just like we were before, except with your bent arm instead of a straight arm here. So a little more emphasis in the shoulder than before. This, I could feel it a little bit more in my triceps. And of course you can play with the angle, a little bit lower or a little bit higher, depending on your wants and needs, depending on your body. Every body is a little bit different. So where you feel the stretch the most might not mean someone else feels it in the same area. Go ahead and switch arms for me. So bend the opposite arm and pull the elbow towards your other shoulder. I hope you're feeling a little bit of warmth in your shoulders. I know I am. It's good to help get the blood flow to the area and, release any of the lactic acid buildup in your muscles. And go ahead and go into a overhead tricep stretch. So bring one elbow over your head, trying to reach your other hand and back, trying to touch your upper back. I use my fingers to help give myself a little bit of a deeper stretch, pulling the elbow back, but don't feel like you need to. If you're a little bit more of a beginner at stretching, just go till you feel slight tension in your muscle and hold that position there. Take a couple deep breaths and try to, as time goes on, get a little bit deeper into that stretch. Nice job. Go ahead and switch arms for me. So same thing, trying to really bring that elbow back, trying to touch your back with that hand that's bending. Nice job. In about 5 seconds, we're going to interlace our fingers together behind our back, just like that, and push your fingers towards the ground, opening up your chest, opening up your shoulders a little bit. There we go. We're not going to elevate our hands off our tailbones yet. We're just going to keep our hands planted against our body and just initiate the pull back in our shoulders. If you want to look back, you can. If you want to feel it more in your upper back. If not, just gaze straight ahead. We're doing good here. Go ahead and place one hand on your upper back, and the other hand is going to pull your head towards that opposite shoulder. Just trying to open up your upper trap, so the muscle in your upper back, stretching out your neck a little bit. Nice job. And go ahead and switch sides for me. Opposite hand comes behind on your lower back, pulling your neck towards the opposite direction. I love this one, it feels so nice on my neck and my shoulders, upper back. And also remember to pull that shoulder back so you're not rounding it any. In about 5 seconds, we're going into downward facing dog. So stand on one edge of your mat, feet hip width apart, and go ahead and slowly come down with a flat back, walking your hands out to downward facing dog with an emphasis on pushing your head through your arms so that you feel a stretch in the backs of your shoulders, as well as a stretch in your calves and your hamstrings, in your back, lower back, trying to get those heels to the ground. Nice job. And come on down. We're going into child's pose. So if you have that foam roller, you can grab it or something to elevate your hands to get a deeper stretch in this. Thumbs face up and sit your hips down towards your heels and press your forehead towards the mat. The elevation in your hands give you a little bit more of a deeper stretch. You can get a greater range of motion if your hands are elevated than if your hands are just flat on the ground. It restricts your motion just a little bit. So I like to elevate my hands for this one. Go ahead and sit on up on all fours. We don't need our foam roll anymore. We're going to thread the needle here. So one hand is planted on the floor, other hand palm faces up, trying to get the shoulder to touch the ground. You can bend this hand that's flat on the ground and kind of push away from the opposite hand on the ground, palm facing up. Give you a nice deep stretch in your shoulders. Nice job. And go ahead and switch sides so your opposite hand is going to thread through, palm facing up, trying to get that shoulder towards the ground. And don't forget to breathe. In about 5 seconds, we're going to go into a thoracic spined windmill stretch. So what I want you to do is come onto one side Bend your knees so they're at 90 degrees here. So your hip and your knee are in line, and then your knee and your ankle or your foot are in line. Bring both hands together the same way your knees are pointing, and then go ahead and open up that hand and try to look towards the opposite way that your knees are pointing. A nice thoracic, so upper back stretch, as well as a chest stretch. Try to keep both shoulder blades on the ground with this one. And go ahead and come on up, and we're going to switch sides. So I'll switch for you guys. Remember, palms face together. Hip and knee are in line, and knee and foot are in line. Open up that chest. Bring both shoulder blades to the ground and look towards the opposite way that your knees are facing. We're doing good here. After this, we've got one more stretch, and then you should feel a lot less tense, a lot less stress and tension in your upper back and your shoulders and neck. Couple more seconds. And come on up. For our last one, we're going to be on our stomachs. For this one, you're gonna start with your hands behind your head, and then you're going to extend your arms out with palms facing the ground for as long as you can, and then flip your palms facing up, pulling those shoulders back and placing your hands on your lower back. So we'll just go through this motion. Hands behind your head. Extend those arms. Hands come right behind your back. Just a good mobility for your shoulders. Really pull those shoulders back the entire time. There we go. Couple more. And last one. Pull the shoulders back and relax. Come on up. And you have completed your neck and shoulder stretch. I hope you feel a little bit less tense. I hope that you keep doing this exercise so you can keep feeling better, feeling healthier, stronger, and more confident versions of yourselves. I know that's my goal here on my channel, just to help people be more healthy, confident, and strong. So if you like this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel so you'll never miss a workout or a stretch with me. And I'll see you next time. Bye.